Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking the RV on a trip. If you want to see where I'm going, stick around. In some of my recent videos, I've been getting my RV ready for this trip. I'm on my way to Las Vegas, Nevada to play in the World Series of Poker. Wish me luck. Well, that was a short trip. I'm already back home. Had a little problem with the trailer. It's around the backside. Follow me and I'll show you. I don't think it's hurt too bad. Just a flesh wound, right? Now, seriously, I'm going to call somebody who RV dealer over here next to me recommended that they think they can fix it. If they say they don't want to do it, I might just try it myself. So, yeah, I could go into how it happened, but that ain't important right now. So, well, I've decided I'm going to take this end cap off, because I think it will be easier to fix it with it off and then put it back on. I've already taken the window out, my light's out over there. I just need to get these lights out and this light out, and I'll be ready to start taking this off. Got it strapped on. Hopefully I can pull it loose and it'll just hang there, but I have no idea what's going to happen. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know how to make the top come off. Oh, got a screw in here. Okay, let it down. To work on that piece, it is going to be hot during the day, so I'm going to try to get some work done at night. So what I got are these LED fluorescent type strips, and I am going to attach them to my frame here and put it up above my work area and flood this area with lights so I can work at night. I'll just wire tie them to this frame, put this frame up above, connect some wires to them. I'll be good to go. Let's get cracking. Got all my lights wire tied onto my frame here. Let me see how it works. Yeah. Now, I'll put a scaffold on this end and a scaffold on that end. It'll be up high and I'll have a lit work area. I can work at night and it'll be a lot cooler than the daytime. So let me get my two scaffolds and we'll get this up in the air. All right, what I'm going to do is build a jig to put the end cap of my RV on so that I can screw it down and it won't move during my process of fixing it. And that way I think I'll have the best chance of getting it right. I don't want to show you the whole process of building this because this is not really the story, but I just wanted to clue you in on what I'm doing. Got the jig built. It's upside down right now, but we're going to take it outside, put the end cap on it, and bring it back in. Well, I think I'm ready to start working on this end cap. Got a variety of tools here. Got some burr bits, a battery sander, little sanding thing, whatever, strip, two different air tools, a respirator, and my DA sander. So my plan is just to take away the material that's holding it from going back together where it wants or where it should go. And I'm no expert at this. Other people might do it different than me, and that's okay. And I might even be doing it wrong, but that's okay. Because once I get it finished, it'll work for me. So what I'm going to do is just start taking this tool here and cutting away some of this excess fiberglass. And then when I get this shell exactly where I think it should sit, I'll screw it to this frame. And then that way it won't move. And then I can go back and just start laying in some fiberglass. And when I get the outside done, I'll flip it over, put in a whole bunch of reinforcement fiberglass on the inside, maybe some reinforcement sticks or something. And then I'll put it back over, finish the this side, really make it pretty, paint it, and put it back on. So let's get busy. Wish me luck. You know, this is going to take a long time, and I know you don't want to watch it. So I'll bring you back when I find something interesting to show you. Before I go any further, what I want to do is make sure this is sitting square on my frame, my jig. So what I did was measure where this light is over there, and it came out to 11 1/4. So I made a mark here at 11 1/4, clamped this board on. So now when I put this square up against this board, the center of this light's at 11 1/4, and I know I'm sitting square on my frame. So I'm going to take some of these screws and just, well, I don't think there was a board back there. Not one there either. I'll find one. Found one. All right, got that screw in. I'll put like 3 or 4 screws on here, 3 or 4 over there, and then I know that this is not going to move and it's where it should be. Time has come for the scary part. Start mixing resin and filling it up. I don't know what I'm doing, so this is not a how-to. I'm just going to slap some resin on here and make it look as good as I can. You know, grind it all off, put it on, grind it off, put it on until I get it the way that I think I can't get no better. So I'm going to start prepping by cutting some little slivers and see how far I get. Let's do it. What I was told to do is just cut some little slivers like this, and you know, and start with that, and then get a little bigger and a little bigger. So I'm going to cut a whole bunch of these little slivers, so I'll have them ready when I need them, and then just use whichever size I think is appropriate for whatever hole I'm trying to fill. Okay, I was told a solo cup was okay to put resin in. Now I did learn it's not okay to put acetone in. Y'all probably already knew all that, but we're going to start off with a half a cup and a small amount of hardener, which is hard to measure because I should have bought an eye drop. Let me sit down. I should have brought an eyedropper instead of this syringe. Let's see if how many drops do you think this should be?
Well, 0.6, which is like 3 lines on the...
3 lines. More than 3 lines. This is going to be some hard shit.
All right, it's time. Go time.
That did not go well.
Where are your sticks? Mix. Do you need to put your fibers on?
Yeah, after I put resin in.
All right.
Okay, refocus.
You got like 3 working minutes.
That's what he said.
Well, we put in more hardener, so...
I know, we put in a lot of hardener. That was not...
1, 2, exhaust.
Yeah, it just took off on me. Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
Never be afraid to do something you don't know.
Got my little things pre-cut. I think I'm going to make them shorter. Where'd my scissors go? All right, this ain't going good. Probably should have made it smaller. I got a pretty small crack in there. Probably should be wearing gloves too. Man, I forget so many steps. Gotta hate gloves. Okay, I've got all the fiberglass done that I'm going to do, but I got these high spots here. You can see that if you put a straight edge on there, even this way, it rocks. So my next goal is to knock all those high spots down. I like to use with this tool, and when I get most of it there, then I use this tool with 40 grit paper. And once I get all these high spots knocked down, then I'll come back with some filler material, kind of like Bondo, but it's got fibers and stuff in there. I'll put that on there, smooth that down, and then might even use Bondo for the last little touches to fill in any imperfections. I think it's growing great. Let's do some grinding. I'll just show you how it's going to go, but I'm not going to make you watch all that grinding. Yep, goes pretty good. I'll see you later. Okay, I got it all ground down. Now I'm going to use this filler for my next step. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'm just figuring this out as I go. And whatever I end up with is good enough for me. So let me go mix up some of this, put it on here, and see what happens. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I got some regular plexiglass or acrylic or whatever it is. Gonna put it on my scale here and zero that. And take a glob of this. I don't know how much I need. So we're just gonna mix a small portion because I don't have a clue as to what I'm doing. That should be enough. Now, it says 0.19 pounds, or no, 0.19 ounces, almost. So now I got to figure out how many drops to put in. When I figure that out, I'll be back. Turns out I need 14 drops per ounce, so I'm going to go with 29 drops. See if it'll drop without squirting too much. Oh, one extra drop, but should be good. We're going to use this. So, normally your activator or your catalyst is a different color. So you can tell when you've got it mixed. See how this does. Yeah, I like the handle better. All right. Wow. I did a good job. This ain't hardly filling in at all. I mean, it's not thick, so that must mean don't have many low spots. Here's one. Up. I'm just going to put it on pretty thick because I can always sand it off, and then when I get more experience at what I'm doing, I'll change it up. And then probably going to put it on too thick and say, God, I wish I didn't put on so much. That's a lot of sanding. Let's go to another spot. Well, it's dry enough to sand now. I'm going to hit it with this and then probably put another layer on. And because I'm not a professional, they got to do it within a certain time frame so they make money. I don't care how long it takes, so I'm just going to keep putting a layer on, sanding it off, and then when I get it to where it needs to be done with this, then I'll use this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep putting it on and sanding it off until I'm tired of putting it on, and then I'm going to paint it. Let's do it. Well, I can definitely see where I need to add some more filler. So my plan today is put filler on, sand it off. Put it on, sand it off. So it's pretty boring to watch, but when something exciting happens, I'll bring you back. Well, the time has come to put some paint on this thing. I know it's not as good as what you would find at a body shop, but I think once I get it painted, put back on the RV, it'll be good enough. And that's all I need is for the RV to be functional. So I'm gonna go for it. So we're shooting for 20 total ounces. So you look at this line here at 20 ounces, and you go over to the 4:1, and that's about at the 5. So that means we're going to put this line to the 5 and leave that in there. Then we're going to pour this in till it comes up to that 5. Then we're going to pour the reducer in till it comes up to that 5. And then we mix it all together and pour it in the spray can. I just learned that last night on YouTube, so we're going to give it a shot. It is go time. I'm going to put what did I say? 3 or 4? 22. I could probably do 4, but let's do 3 because I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh. Kind of gooey on the bottom. Kind of doesn't leave us much room for shaking. All right, we're gonna go for it. Leave my stick in there. Just so y'all know, this is for entertainment purposes only, because it certainly won't be educational, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go. All right, 4:1, we're going to go to the number 3. That didn't look good. See that big blob? Well, it doesn't seem to be in there anymore, but it ain't going to go through that strainer, I can tell you that.
Maybe it was.
All right. Now I don't know where my line is. I need a new one of these cups. Go to number 3 on 4:1. Go to number 3 on 4:1. Mix it up. In the can we go. Turn that fan off for me. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I hope your mic isn't just fan noises.
Yeah. Let's pray. I know it's not perfect. An automotive guy would say, what a crappy job. But I'm happy with it. So now, let this dry, do some sanding, and put on the color. Well, I've been doing a little bit of sanding, and I got a little bit more to do. I am not looking for a beautiful showroom finish kind of thing. I just want to get it painted and get it back on the RV so that it looks presentable. So don't be too hard on me in the comments, but go ahead and leave them anyway because I like reading them. Let me get some sanding done.
Tell the folks what you're doing.
Time to paint. Got this color mixed up as close as I can. And this one here goes 1 to 1. So what we're going to do is 4 here and 4 there. So let me pour this in. My gun is ready. So the next 4, a little bit of stirring. Looks like it's doing better than that primer. That primer had some globs in it from sitting on the shelf, I suppose. This here looks pretty good. Here we go. Ooh. Uh-oh, not wearing my mask. I think that looks a lot better. I think this coat made it look a lot better. I don't remember what I read or saw on when to pull my tape. I think it's best to do it while it's a little wet so it doesn't crack the paint after it dries. So I guess I'm going to do it. But oh. What's that, Steve? No, party perfect. This is a 7-year-old trailer. Now that I got my end cap painted, I got to turn my attention to this mess. It ripped all these boards like this one, just, you know, they're just stapled on. So I have to rebuild all this, re-insulate it, figure out what I'm going to do with this. I don't like this couch, so I'm going to remove it. So let's go inside and take this apart and get it out of here. All right, let's take this thing apart. See, these just come off. Now, this, oh, I'm gonna have to stand up, comes out. Got a few screws here. This piece can go. Oh, they're long. I think I figured it out. That's how these come off. Don't need you. Don't need you. Whoa! Got a little carried away there. I think to get these, I just got one screw right here. Yep, that's it. One more over here. This couch is done. Next step is to rebuild this frame. Now these bolts here, I guess, are to hold the floor to this frame part. And the old frame went, these bolts were through the old frame. And I can't redo that. So I'm gonna just cut these bolts off and figure out a way to hook to this frame after I get my new frame built in. So I got some 2x4s, so let me measure this up and cut them, cut these bolts out, and start screwing my new frame in. Took me a little bit, but I got this board in. Gonna put some long screws in on each end and then some short screws, this plywood floor here to this board. Wow. No grip to that board. It's probably should be replaced, but I don't feel like replacing it. That got some grip. Let me go down. There we go. It'll have plenty of grab on that plywood. I guess we're good. From the accident, this board here broke off. So I'm just going to cut it right here. And I'm going to add another board underneath here for a little bit of strength. And then that way when I put this new board in, I can attach it there and to here and to that board. So I'm going to cut it right here. I know it's the wrong saw, but it's the first one I saw. All right, this back panel is part of what I cut off, and I really like trying to match this with what you will still be able to see once the couch is back in place. Because this bottom part, you won't be able to see it when the couch is in place. So my plan is just to replace it with regular door skin wood, probably paint it gray, and it'll never be seen. So what I want to do is take this material and use it up here where you will be able to see and make this go back up in there. So I'm just going to cut here and up to here and across here and replace that with door skin. And you'll never see it, but it'll be functional. So let me do that. What came off of here was a solid piece all the way across. But what I'm going to do is put 2x6, and then that gives me something when I put the plywood on, it'll be sticking up. Give me something to glue against. So I'm just going to put little pieces of this in here. So I'm going to pre-start some screws right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day, come back tomorrow, finish this. Might even put that end cap on, see how it goes. I know this looks like way overkill compared to what was in here, and I know, and it is, and I don't care. I just decided this is the way I was going to do it, and I did it. I put this board in here to mount my new backup camera, and because I got a complete camera system that'll go on the side and in the back. So that's why I put this board here, and I put this here because this is where my seam is for my paneling. So what I'm going to do next is put glue behind here and get ready to put the paneling on. Oh, that's bad. Let's go. The rest of this, I'm just going to get another piece of plywood and paint it gray. Because when my couch is moved back to the wall, you'll never see it because all the other paneling with the wallpaper on it is too tore up to use. And I don't know, didn't want to order any more. So let me measure all this up and cut me out a piece of panel. Man, this is looking good. Got my plywood on, ready to go for some insulation. I'm just going to put this in right like this. Fold these tabs over. Throw a staple in. We'll get this insulated. Last piece, and after this, we'll be ready to hang that shell. Well, I got the cap on. I'm sorry I didn't get it on video, but forgot to start the camera. And then next thing I know, it was on. I even got all the lights hooked up. See, they work. The brake lights work. Got the blinker and that blinker. So now it's time to do all the trim work. So let's get going. Now that I got my cap on, I got to put these trim pieces on. Now this trim piece here is too short because this broke off during my little mishap. But before I can put this on, I have to replace this little tin piece that went here. It also fell off during the mishap. So let me go show you what I'm going to do to replace this. Bought a piece of sheet metal from a local steel supply. Kind of rusty, but I did some practice sanding there. I think it's going to sand off. Cut up the right side, make a little roll in it, paint it. It'll be ready to go on. Let's do it. I didn't want to bore you with how I built this. It wasn't too much to it. Just cut it, put this roll in it, And now it's ready to go on. So what I'm going to do, just stick it right in here underneath that lip there. I'm going to put in a temporary screw right here. Hold it in place. Put in the rest of these screws. Good as new. This morning, this was just a piece of rusted metal. Now look at it. Looks like it came with the RV. I'm ready to put in a window. Time has come to try to put this window in. I'm sure there's several different ways to seal it. My RV guy close to me, he said use this butyl tape. So that's what I'm going to do. I have seen on the internet where they use double-sided tape, but I'm going to try this. So I'm just going to put this on. Looks pretty good right now. I just hope I don't mess it up when I try to put it in the hole. Well, I'm here inside, ready to receive the window. James is going to put it up to me from the outside. Hopefully it fits. Let's see what happens. After a jillion screws, finally got that window in. I think it went pretty well. And this whole job went pretty good. Saved $5,000 doing it myself instead of paying somebody. I don't know what the RV place would have charged. They didn't really give me a quote, but I had a lady come out and she looked at it. She wanted to charge me $7,000. I said, nah, I think I can do it myself. And it's not as good as an auto body shop or someone professional could have done, but it's passable to me. I'm happy. So that completes this video. I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it, and I hope to see you again on My Retired Life. Either I made a colossal mistake or we're doing good. I don't know which one.